Okay, I need to finish this up because it cut me off. Luckily it's saved. But it's like, yeah, I can see where you're going with this. Been in similar places, if not the same. So, like, just let's sit down for a second. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's, like, have a tall glass of water. I know what we put in there. It feels like a tall order to the universe. Or maybe some people are making us feel that way. Maybe people are urging us to, like, jump off a cliff too, or like, speed off to our demise. But it's like, no, let's think about this for just one moment. Just like, let's chill for a bit. Tall glass of water to match that energy. That's like heyoka, but like chill heyoka, right? Like the chillest heyoka ever. That's how to do that. So, that's what we're looking at there. We got cut off for just a second, and when I had to put down the deck, I was told to look at the bottom because of that message of being cut off, and it's almost like having road rage is what I'm getting, because it was right after the Chariot card, right? Even with our path, even with our journey, like having road rage, even if we're like the only ones there, like if you can have road rage, like when on the first day of when school starts, even though you don't have any affiliation to it other than sharing that road path, and also like there's construction on the side, like from like on the main streets, and like there's like 2 out of the 3 lanes like closed off. So it's looking at those obstacles within that obstacle course as like inhibitors, when you look at it like on a lower vibing energy. So looking at that, okay, 2 of Cups was in reverse. It's recognizing that there's disharmony. But then, like, getting out of feeling stuck with that, there are situations where, like, that are kind of, like, beyond our control, outside of, like, how we experience them. So it's getting out of, making the decision of getting out of that. So I didn't see what came up after that. 5 of Cups, yeah. It's saying goodbye to that energy of, like, what is proposed, like, face value, disharmony. If we're looking at marketing within that departmental view, it's like the suggestion is, but you are still the customer, and the customer is always right. So what does that mean for you? Well, I don't need to corner myself. And this also speaks of opportunities. This also speaks of like, certain environments. So we're going to say goodbye to, whatever's like trying to be sold to us. What does it mean with 4 portals? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I always see this as something that's in the coming. Like, when you say goodbye to, like, disharmony within its, like molecular form, like its petty form, there's always something big that's waiting for you. Like, it's absolute wealth. Like, this could go on for eons. This could go on for ages. This is, what do you call it? Like heirloom energy, like heirloom tomatoes, almost like the most abundant, most desired. If you are a like foodie, if you are a cook, you want those heirloom seeds like that, just bottomless energy. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, doing away with lack mindset. And then finally right here is 3 of Pentacles in reverse. It's deconstructing. So it's releasing any constructs that keep us like behind. Okay. I'm told to go as far as that, and look at the top energy, and also cut the deck. 3 of Wands, it's putting in your order, it's waiting for your ships to come in, and just being on the lookout, looking at the horizon, and knowing that, like, when you're doing, like, casting, like, fishing, it's, like, being, I don't know if patient is the word for it right now. It's more like looking at the horizon, what the options are, because we're not bargaining ourselves here, okay? Yeah, like, yeah. I want to look at what's in the bottom of that, Spirit. Is that okay? Because I'm a little, I don't know what that, Yeah, you do what's best for you. Six of Wands in reverse. And so it's the multiplication, like underneath the surface. Like we don't need to jump off the cliff, but we need to look beneath the surface, which is beyond that cliff. And I'm noticing that there is victory to be had in our endeavors. Yeah. How many cards did we surface on the bottom? Okay, let me see here. We went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? Okay, so we'll match that, okay? So 2, okay. Oops. Okay. 3, 2 of Wands in reverse. It's sizing ourselves and our environment up correctly. Even just with that, like, that first value of like Goldilocks, just like walking in and like, oh, you know, this is kind of like back in her heyday. It was kind of a norm. Like everything was like a bed and breakfast. Like, so you walk in and just like find the comforts of the home and you size up your situation as best as possible. But it's like what I'm saying in parallel to that is that free-spirited nature of like thinking the best of things, okay, because it's Goldilocks, right? Four of Pentacles in reverse, and it's knowing that we have to surrender some things. Like some things are just, you know, beyond our control. She didn't know that it was somebody's, like she didn't realize until a certain point that it was somebody's home or that she was not welcome there, because it was something like of the norm before, and she's kind of harmless, so it's like, what, I'm just, you know, I would let you into my home, you know, and like help accommodate your conditions, you know. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's pronounced because this is the fourth card, right? 5 is 8 of Cups in reverse. It's coming back to reality, like clearing out all the noise, like having a meditative moment for like being able to literally clock out from your morning shift, from, you know, your start shift, right? So that like you can gather yourself and like come back to reality, like the true you. 6 is Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I'd say it's like knowing that you need to like invest in yourself. That's clocking out, right? I'm putting, instead of in that basket, I'm gonna put it in mine, because Spirit says it's my turn, right? It's being the best mother in the deck, which means that ultimately you replenish yourself first. You know how they say safety is safety first? That goes for like people energy too. That means like, in order for me not to be triggered by you, I invest in myself so I know myself and I can self-manage. And that way I'm much more regulated and being able to like deal with like like anything possible, from like a happy customer, like a super joyous customer, where, you know, like sometimes like when, especially if you're a startup business and you're like, oh my gosh, this person is like super super happy with like you know, you want to like kind of give back constantly, like give them accolades for like giving you accolades, like because you're not used to it or whatever. And it's like, no, you're imbalancing the power. You need to be able to receive, you need to be able to give back to yourself. So it ranges from like one polar to the other polar, which is like irate customers like ready to leave. So being able to self-manage, finding that balance, it's safety first. So what does that mean when it comes to like portals of CERN and all of that, like the tampering of bringing orcs to surface? Well, that means like on a very minor level, it starts from like within first, right? Everybody teaches that. You know, like all of the greats teach that, even like the basics, right? So this is starting from the microcosm to the macrocosm. So how do we regulate the macrocosm? Through our own, you know, our own day-to-day. Like, do not understate or undermine your power within the major or minor arcana, because it leads to the major. It's the accumulation, especially when we're looking at that that initial energy of you know, on the front end, you know, pitching, right? So yeah, and so it's like he even like threw it to the Queen of Pentacles, you know. That's excellent. That's crazy. And the youth can do that. The newer generations can understand that, even with the not as much what do you call it, life experience behind them. They understand it inherently because they're tapped into a certain level. Yeah, and they're also tapped into worlds where they care for, yeah, they're tapped in on to other generations too, other sentient forms. So it's inevitable. It's built in. It's a fail-safe, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Multifaceted, like within their resting points even. You see, like, when you go to a fitting room, they have that trifold mirror type of thing to like check yourself out, see if things fit right or whatever, see yourself in several angles while standing in a singular position. Same thing happens here with the Queen of Pentacles here. It's being able to see yourself within several like perspectives. And that's just a visual plane. And the way you comprehend that is like, I am a whole person, okay? And there's more sides than what I can see here, but this gives me a glimpse of the sample of what I'm going to be, like, how I'm going to show up in the world today. So, like, even if, like, people, like, say you're conceited or whatever, like, even within, like, the aesthetic form, there's nothing wrong with you, like, being able to, like, care about how you show up in this world. Like, yeah, I'm told to say that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, because you know what? This, like, reaches me on a personal level too. Like, like, in the relationship that I was previously in, like, I was always it's telling me to cut through. Okay, strength in reverse, strength training, and 9 of Wands in reverse, not being so defensive. It's like knowing, like, I'm just, okay, this goes with the story, okay? That when I was in a relationship for a very long time, in human years anyway, or in dog years, that's like a lifetime. Yeah, yeah, in dog years, that's like a centennial. But, like, I was never, like, when you're not given accolades, imagine what that's like when it comes to, like, capturing memories and, the imbalance of, all of that. So, like, not only did I never felt appreciated, or never was appreciated, really, but, like, I never felt attractive. Like, really, like, I know that, like, because I'm saying that, because, how do I say it? Because I'm also in acknowledgement comprehensively, that others will try to take advantage of that, try to create a misstep with me by, like, fake, suitors, like, employed, or, like, trying to fall for that game, even if it's like a long game, that they know that it's a possible, or they think that it's a possible turnkey to, like, making me, like, create a misstep, and not feeling, like, loved or appreciated, or even feeling pretty. It's cutting itself again to the strength training. Yeah, it's building that resilience, knowing that, like, it's doing away with that lack mindset stuff, right? So, what else do you want to say about that? Yeah, so as far as taking pictures and all of that, like, I was never one to, like, do selfies, like, in public. I just felt, like, really, I still feel, like, a little weird about that. So when I do it in public, I'm like, it's really awkward for me. It's like, it's definitely, like, more like a candid than anything. So when I take candid, or when I take selfies, like, when I'm in my private space, it's more to reiterate to myself that I am not just attractive, but I'm a beautiful person. Like, I strive to see what I see in the inside, before anybody else can, like, before I hinge on anybody else's word about that. Because, like, even when I try to look better than cute or beautiful, like, I would do it in like a Virgo type of way, like Libra, Virgo type of way, in both the intangible and tangible view of it, or aspect of it, that like I would well execute it. So when it came to like manifesting that to visual view, like other females would be very like, I would not get the same accolades as other females who would try. Like, it was, I don't understand it. Like, I don't even freaking get it. But, like, I came off more as a threat when I tried harder in anything. Like, just for the sake of being self-validating. You see how, like backwards that is when it came to comprehending the psychology of others and, like, trying to just, like, do me? And so anyway, I'm in full acknowledgement of my experiences and how that reflects on, you know, possible formulas that people try to use to manipulate me. Strength training, resilience of the mind, of the solar plexus identity, right? So what's going to open up to the world is Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I don't need to put in any extra effort when it comes to that. It's really more like I already put in, like I've been putting in the work. Like I don't need anything to, like I don't need to prove to anyone. So, okay, the lesson in that is that, because I didn't even get to that punchline yet, which is my ex would talk down on me, saying that, like, it's even captured in text messages or something like that, that I am self-absorbed, and just like stuff like that. And it's so anyway, what else do we want to say? Yeah, it's like a bunch of bogus stuff, you know. What else do we want to say about that? I think that's really it. Like, going back to like that Hermit energy that was like duplicated within, I think, the past 2 readings or something like that. One of those readings, it's just kind of like doing the work, which is knowing those triggers. It's like, it's not like desensitizing them, it's like deactivating them, like that ticking time bomb, like being like your best like member on the SWAT team, so that you can call upon, you know, the higher levels or like the underground when you need them most. Like, I just need that I would like to have some reinforcement, please, you know, in clearing these blockages. You know, I'm if you're willing, can you please, you know, help match the energy, if not supersede that, like get me over that like cliff, you know, just give me that extra boost. You know, the universe answers. And so it is. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'm not going to do the bananagrams. Maybe I'll do that on a part 3 or whatever, because I gotta do dinner. By that, I mean I gotta do me. Okay. So, have a great night. I will see you again later. And now that this reading is officially over, I thank my sponsors. I thank my supporters for all of your help. Enlightened love, of course. I appreciate it. My guides appreciate it. Your guides appreciate it, because it's a collaboration. And you know what that means? It's timeless as well. You know, that's a gift to the universe. All right. So now that this reading is officially over, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back with their appropriate karma. Send all energies back with their appropriate karma, enlightened love, for lessons to be learned, lessons to be had, and gifts to be received accordingly. Okay, closing all portals now, and thank you so much.